Happy Saturday. Chapter 6 and 7 from Love Yourself by Lawrence Crane. Woo! It's getting so good now. Here we go. Watch your life spin upward. Love is the most powerful force in the universe. True love is more powerful than a hydrogen bomb. Apply love, love more. Any situation which you don't like will transform if you love more. Any situation transforms into perfection when you apply love. What does apply love mean? First of all, it means not to hate. That sounds easy, doesn't it? How many would raise their hands if asked if they hate? Probably not many. But if you're not loving, you're into the opposite, hating, to one degree or another. Another word used to describe the opposite of love is disapproval. If you're disapproving of anyone or anything, the negative, disapproving energy is in you. By long practiced habit, you've gotten the idea that disapproving of yourself or others is okay, that it does something for you. Look close and you'll see it runs you into a ditch. A very good starting point is to love yourself. Give yourself approval all the time. Put yourself to sleep, giving yourself approval, and wake yourself up in the morning, giving yourself approval. Your mind doesn't want you to do it. It wants you to forget. Overcome your mind's forgetfulness. You will see how giving yourself approval will turn your days and nights into a positive direction. Apply love, love more. To do that, first let go of non-love. Begin to give yourself approval by letting go of disapproval. You become more loving when you let go of being non-loving. You've forgotten that you're all love. The non-loving feelings have caused you to forget that your natural state of being is all loving. You realize your lovingness when you let go of the non-loving feelings. How do you do that? It's very simple. It's just a decision. Can you let go of those non-loving feelings? Yes, you can. Let go of the non-loving feelings and discover you've been all loving all along. Make that discovery and watch your life spin upward. Lester often said, I only know what I can do. Here's an example of doing, of being loved and how it worked. We were under some heavy pressure at work to get system tests written for a flight control system. The pressure on us testers was great, but did not compare to the pressure the designers were under. The pressure was so great that we were told not to bother the designers even for a minute to ask a question. We had to rely on half-baked documentation to write our test for this very complex system. As a result, the project kept slipping further and further behind. Upper management replaced the system test project managers every few months as one after the other would fail to bring the test activities under control. The program resorted to bringing in a hitman. The best I can describe him is that his behavior resembled the type of leadership Saddam Hussein might have had. He was very threatening, would yell and scream at us, and randomly fired several people on the spot. He demanded that we produce our test to a virtually impossible schedule. Everyone hated him, and it seemed he liked it that way. I thought to myself, what's this guy doing in my life? What's he here to teach me? I decided to let go of disapproving him and give him approval. It was like he was a sponge soaking up the love. He began to pay special attention to me in the meetings, making little jokes and even saving a seat for me across from him. He would ask other people to move to allow me to sit down in what was now my seat. He would even call me at my desk to come talk to him in his office. Instead of getting a verbal lashing, as I had initially expected, he would ask about my health, and soon we were chatting about movies, his home country, and his childhood. He started warming up to the team, and the team started warming up to him. He would even say nice things to the team and tell us how good we were doing, and he was proud of us. He stayed for a few more months on the project, and upper management gave him accolades for his performance in keeping the team on schedule. When he left, we said our goodbyes, and he even hugged me. It was truly an amazing transformation. With my conscious intention to give him approval, knowing that every living being is seeking love with their every act, he responded immediately, and his response was obvious, warm, and real. To this day, I have nothing but pure, unconditional love for this person. And as thoughts of this man occasionally cross my consciousness, I stop for a moment and send him approval. The power of love is limitless. I found that out in my own experience. Chapter 7, your mind won't let you. Resistance to loving yourself means you don't want to do it. You resist it. Resistance blocks you from moving forward. Resistance can block you from loving yourself. Resistance can block you from doing the smartest thing you can do for yourself. Resistance can keep you stuck in non-loving and negativity. Loving yourself makes you happy, healthy, and wealthy. One sweaty summer day, a man in his 80s was hiking with much younger friends. The older man suddenly started running up a steep hill. He beckoned the younger men to join him. They ran and ran until they reached the top of the hill. When they did, the younger men doubled over. They were out of breath and in a lot of discomfort. As they caught their breath, what they saw startled them. The 80-year-old man was standing there smiling and amused. He wasn't out of breath. He wasn't breathing hard. He wasn't sweating. The 80-year-old man was Lester Levinson. As you read at the beginning of the book, Lester faced a death sentence. He saw that love is the answer. Lester found that as he let go of his non-loving, disapproval feelings, he became more and more loving. He healed his body, his pocketbook, and his entire life. Lester let go of resistance to love and lived another 40-plus years sharing with others what he had learned. What is stopping you? You too can fly through your life like Lester raced up that hill. Resistance is stopping you. All the accumulated feelings that say, I don't like him or her, I don't like them, I don't like it, those feelings are negative and non-loving. They're resistance. They cause your life to be out of breath. Have you ever come home, flopped in a chair exhausted, and not moved for hours? Resistance, your non-loving feelings, is the cause. All your life you've accumulated negative, non-love energy. Ever wonder why results in your life are negative or not as positive as they could be or should be? Now you see it. Resistance keeps you stuck in non-love. Resistance blocks you from being loving and having all that the universe has to offer you. You have smothered your natural, all-loving, all-positive, all-abundant self with negative, non-loving feelings. You're using your positive energy to hold down all those non-love feelings because you don't want to deal with them. That's why you flop into a chair exhausted at the end of the day. That's why the 80-year-old Lester wasn't out of breath when he got to the top of the hill. Resistance in your mind is like a virus in your computer. Your mind works like a computer. Your computer malfunctions when you put negative programs in it. Your mental computer malfunctions if you put in negative programs called non-love feelings. Your computer turns into a pile of junk if you put too many negative programs into it. It's the same with your mind. Resistance turns your mind and your life into a pile of junk. Testimonial. It continually gets better for me to do unfamiliar tasks. I have a lot more energy and enjoyment. I have much more peace and harmony within. I seldom have an angry outburst anymore. When I do, I recover quickly. Even my eyesight and handwriting has improved. Once you start deleting the mental viruses, your life starts to work better and better. You get rid of your resistance to being loving. You overcome accumulated resistance to love. You uncover the all-loving, all-happy, all-abundant being that you are under the negative non-love feelings. Your mental computer runs according to its design. Everything in your life falls into line. Delete your resistance to love. Open up to the loving being that you really are. The world will come your way in ways you could have never expected. Are you resistant being loving? Are you resistant expressing love? Are you resistant loving yourself? Holding on to negative non-love feelings is resisting the all-loving being that you naturally are. The world and most of its 7 billion inhabitants are not happy, not healthy, not abundant, and certainly not loving. It doesn't have to be true for you. Let go of disapproval and give yourself approval. Give approval to those you have relationships with. Give approval to your bank account. Give approval to a part of your body that's bothering you. Give yourself approval. Loving yourself is the answer. It transforms any person or situation. Love conquers all. First, to make room for the positive to shine through, let go of the negative, non-loving feelings. Testimonial. When I stopped resisting loving myself, my life changed. I had increased productivity on the job. I had greater clarity of mind. I was more self-confident. I responded better to situations in my life. I was calmer in difficult situations. It's a decision. Life is a decision. You can do it. You can be loving. You can let go of disapproval. You can give approval. You can give more approval. You can give even more approval. And you can do it all the time. Love yourself. Love everyone. It's just a decision. All right, we'll hit chapter 8 tomorrow. Continue to love yourself. Give yourself approval. Let's say your back hurts. I love you back. I approve of you back. I thank you back for all that you do to me. And crush today and have an abundant weekend. Shalom.